Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, August 11, 2022. Regulations to govern the undertaking of the 2022 Population and Housing Census were signed yesterday to mark the launch of the data collection process. It was signed by Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark and observed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Mr. Julian Robinson representing the opposition, and Chairman of Statin David Tennant. Data collected from the census is used to inform government policies and programs, including where to locate schools, healthcare facilities, and other services.
The data will be fundamentally useful and instructive as we go through this challenging task of digitizing our society, but also making sure that no person is left behind.
The national census, which is conducted every 10 years, provides benchmark estimates about the population's size. It also reports on key socio-demographic information such as age, sex, education and training, economic activity, religion, living conditions, and migration patterns.
Knowing such crucial information is very important to all sectors when it comes to planning and implementation of socio-economic policies that help in the development process.
The 2022 census data collection will begin on September 12 and continue to December 31 under the theme You Count, Me Count, All We Count. The entire process will cost approximately $2.4 billion. Over 7,000 census takers will visit households across the island, collecting the data electronically using tablet computers. The United States government will be providing $2 million to support the creation of a cyber center of excellence in Jamaica, which will benefit the wider region. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris made the announcement during a call with Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Monday. A statement issued by the White House says the call was part of the Biden-Harris administration's ongoing efforts to elevate engagement with Caribbean leaders given the shared interests and common bonds. During the call, the Vice President and Prime Minister Holness reportedly welcomed progress made on 3 short-term joint U.S.-Caribbean committees that President Biden and the Vice President launched in June. The committees were launched to produce concrete, near-term solutions for food security, energy security, and finance challenges confronting the region. It follows a meeting between Vice President Harris and Prime Minister Holness on March 30, where they discussed a range of issues, including security, COVID recovery, and economic growth. During Monday's call, the U.S. Vice President also congratulated Prime Minister Holness and the people of Jamaica on the nation's 60th anniversary of independence. As the Universal Service Fund, USF, continues to expand internet access across the island, it has brought free public Wi-Fi to another 2 St. James communities. The secured hotspots were officially launched in the Farm Heights and Canterbury communities on Monday. The internet facilities have a range of 800 feet and will allow about 200 residents to simultaneously access high-speed service. Farm Heights resident Saniki Petty says the service is especially welcome with the new school year approaching.
We have quite a lot of children here, and also we have a neighboring school which will definitely put this internet access to use. Also for the homework center, we have adults here who come and volunteer as well, and we have the marching band. This is the home of the marching band, and the marching band is home to quite a various age group.
The USF has already installed community Wi-Fi in the Bogue Hill and flanker areas of the parish. Catadupa, Cornwall Court, and Mount Carey are next. Chief Executive Officer of the USF, Daniel Dawes, is urging the residents to protect the facilities and ensure they are not vandalized.
The internet is free for you and your children. Please protect it. Anything you see funny, anybody you see interfering, you reach to your counselor, you reach to the police.
The Percy Junior Hospital has received a critical piece of equipment to improve its surgical and laboratory services. The Rotary Clubs of Christiana in Jamaica and Menomonee in Wisconsin have donated a tabletop autoclave valued at $800,000. It is used to sterilize surgical equipment and laboratory instruments. Regional Director for the Southern Regional Health Authority, SRHA, Michael Bent, thanked the clubs for their support. He says the COVID-19 pandemic has provided an opportunity for greater partnerships between the government and persons in the private sector, NGOs, and service clubs, which has been truly beneficial to the country. Jamaicans can now drop off their e-waste at 5 collection points established by the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA. Persons in the corporate area can drop off their e-waste at the NSWMA's head office on Halfway Tree Road and at MPM Waste Management on Hagley Park Road. The other collection sites are WPM Waste Management Limited at 1A LOJ Commercial Center in Montego Bay, SPM Waste Management Limited at 4A Mandeville Plaza in Manchester, and NEPM Waste Management Limited at 2 Stormont Road, New Buckfield, Ocho Rios.
You can take your e-waste to those facilities and we will take it from there. We don't expect that we will have them stored more than a maximum of a 2 week or hold them for a maximum of a 2 week out there before we have enough to move and collect and transport to the approved site.
The NSWMA's executive director says a brand new box body truck was purchased and branded to do e-waste collection across the island based on demand. E-waste refers to unwanted electronic products that are nearing or at the end of their useful life. Mr. Gordon says these products can pose a clear and present danger to the health of people if not handled properly.
Currently, they throw it in the regular garbage, and we want to stop that practice. So we are trying to increase drop-off sites across the island that nobody should have a discarded laptop or tablet or cell phone and don't know where to put it.
Mr. Gordon says he's in discussions with the big providers of electronics as well as the municipal corporations to identify more locations to complement the temporary collection sites at the regional offices. As part of its public education strategy, the NSWMA will be creating and distributing a pamphlet outlining the types of items being targeted for the e-waste collection program. And finally, the Ministry of Health and Wellness has confirmed a 4th case of monkeypox in the country. In an update yesterday, the ministry reported that the patient is currently isolated at home and the parish health department has commenced its contact tracing. This new case has been classified as a local transmission, which means the patient had no recent travel history and was not in contact with the 3 previously announced cases. The Ministry of Health will now be issuing routine weekly updates on the state of monkeypox in the country via its website and social media platforms on Mondays. Other modes of communication will also be utilized where necessary to complement the public education campaign and community engagement activities. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.